Look who's back, look who's here, look who's back, but not for me.
Hello to England and her colonies. Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Canada, Australia, the Bahamas. This is Hitler, Adolf. I am speaking to you at the invitation of the British Broadcasting Propaganda Corporation. They thought you might be interested in my story. A story which has captivated 1.5 million German book buyers. My purpose in addressing you this afternoon will soon become clear. In the meantime, you have to imagine me, Hitler, Adolf, lying on my back. I open my eyes. The sky, blue with one or two clouds. No enemy aircraft overhead. No shelling, no explosions, no air raid sirens. I seem to be lying on the ground. Now, this is peculiar. I do not usually camp out. My first thought, where is the Führer bunker? My second thought, what did I get up to last night? I was sitting on the sofa with Eva. Stalin was due in Berlin any second. We were feeling rather carefree. I showed her my old pistol.
Let me hold it. I need to hold it.
No. You mustn't touch. And then, after that, I can't remember anything more. Ugh, my head is splitting. Come on, Adolf, get a grip. Thanks to years of iron discipline, I can honestly boast that in a crisis I become even more composed. My senses are sharpened. I work like a machine. Synthesize, Adolf, synthesize. Where are you? I am lying on the ground. What can you see? Litter, a daisy, a dandelion? Ah, here's that. A bird somewhere. What's that? Near my head? A shrinking puddle. It must have rained earlier. At the edge of the puddle, my peaked cap. This is how a trained mind works. Voices. In the middle distance, a group of off-duty Hitler youth playing association football. I sit up without difficulty. I am uninjured. Good. I am in full military uniform. Excellent. Jacket soiled, smells of petrol. Perhaps Eva has used too much solvent. But where is Eva? Ah, here comes the Hitler youth.
Hey guys, check this out.
Whoa, major casualty.
All right, granted they were off the mark with my rank. But who can blame them? It is not every day that one encounters the Führer of the German Reich on a patch of wasteland among daisies and dandelions.
You all right, boss?
I could not help noticing that the Nazi salute was missing. I managed to stand up.
Where is Bormann?
Who?
Bormann. Martin.
Never heard of him.
What's he look like?
Like a Reichsleiter, for pity's sake.
Something was very amiss. I must get back to the Führer bunker. Fortunately, the tallest of the youths turned to his friends, allowing me to read his name, which his mother had sewn onto his jersey.
Hitler Youth Rinaldo. Which way to the street?
I guess over there.
Then the youths just shuffled away. No request for permission to move. I made a mental note to dismiss Rust, the Reich Minister for Education. How is a young soldier to find his way to Moscow if he cannot even recognize his supreme commander? Right, to the Führer bunker. Cap on straight, I head off in the indicated direction. I go round the corner, make my way between high walls down a narrow alleyway, and all at once, I am confused. Is this Berlin? Where is the rubber? Who has cleared it? And the houses, the cars painted in colors that remind me of the confectionery of my childhood. I feel dizzy. Over there, a park bench.
Oi! You blind or what?
I am terribly sorry.
A bicyclist wearing a helmet which has sustained serious damage given the number of holes in it. So, we are still at war.
You can't just stagger into the road.
I need to sit down.
You need to lie down, pal. Make it a nice long one.
Sanctuary. The park bench. The cyclist had not recognized me either. Here comes a good German mother. Fraulein, I urgently need to find my way to the Reich Chancery.
Are you off the television?
We are at war, woman. What do you think the Russians will do to you if they get here? Do you think they would look at you and say, well, a fine German girl, but for her child's sake, I will leave my baser urges in my trousers?
You're crazy, you are.
So, you are unwilling to show the Führer of the German Reich the way to his chancellery?
You keep taking the medication.
Something was definitely out of control. The footballers, the cyclists, the German mother. No one knew me. This was no coincidence. My methodical brain recapped the situation. I am in Germany, in Berlin, although the city is completely unfamiliar. More information. That's what I needed. And then I see it. Across the road, a newspaper kiosk. All the papers outside the kiosk are in Turkish. Unmistakable proof of a triumphant Berlin-Ankara axis. And clearly this brought about a decisive turning point. This explains the peacefulness of the streets. Now, I must discover how long I have spent on that patch of waste ground. Unable to see a Volkische Beobachter anywhere, this was a reliable Nazi party newspaper. I settled for the most familiar typeface, the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. Now, where is the date? 30th August, and the year? No. Clearly a mistake. I find a different paper. I search for the date. The numbers dance before my eyes.
You okay?
Bent over me, a man of 45, maybe 50 years. Checked shirt, plain trousers, typical worker.
What is today's date?
29th of August? No, wait, it's the 30th.
Which year, ma'am?
2011. What do you think, 1945?
Please, help me up.
Easy does it. Oh, hey, you better sit down.
Inside the kiosk, he handed me some industrially pressed grain.
You better have a snack.
So there is still a bread shortage. Surprisingly tasty.
Yeah, I get it. Hitler, he would never have seen a granola bar. You are good.
I know.
What, you filming nearby?
Filming.
Documentary? Yeah, they're always filming round here. I mean, I've seen Downfall twice. Bruno Gantz was superb, but, well, he's not a patch on you. Your whole demeanour, I mean, to look at you. You're the man himself.
Which man?
You know, the Führer.
He raised both his hands, crooking his index and middle fingers together. Then he twitched them up and down. So, after 66 years, this was all that remained of the once rigid Nazi salute.
I am the Führer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're a natural.
The facts were becoming clear. This was no dream. We were, indeed, in the year 2011. A totally new world. A world which would expect me to be either 122 years old or, more logically, dead.
Would you act in other things too?
I do not act.
Come on, what are you in? I can't recall seeing you anywhere. You got a card? Any flyers?
No, don't talk to me about the Luftwaffe. In the end, they were a complete failure.
That's when I noticed the mirror, propped against a shelf. The face that stared back was the Führer of 1945, not a day over 56. How could I be 56?
Another granola bar? I'm rather partial to them too.
Thank you. Tell me, which countries does the Reich now share a border with?
What? Well, it's Poland, France.
Ripe for reconquering?
Reconquering. You don't let up, do you? Come on, with that routine, you can't tell me you're still an amateur.
I am no amateur.
No, I mean, that's obvious. But what do you do for a living?
At present, I am in retirement.
It's incredible. Listen, they pass by here all the time, you know, agents, film types, telly people. Always grateful for a tip-off, new face. How can I get hold of you?
The question of my billeting is unresolved.
Okay. Well, you staying with the girlfriend?
No, I have no female companion. Not any longer.
I got it. Yeah, break up. Who's to blame?
I don't know. Ultimately, Churchill.
I like your style. Listen, you're welcome to spend a night or two here.
Here?
Well, unless you got somewhere else.
No.
Listen, mate, you're not going to clean me out of all my stuff, are you?
Do I look like a criminal?
Well, you look like Adolf Hitler.
Exactly.
The following days were testing time. Billeted in makeshift accommodation, bent double in an armchair. Others might have spent their time hunting in vain for a solution to the time travel conundrum. How have I come back? Why do I seem to be 56 and not 122 years old? What is the scientific explanation? Such questions, irrelevant. All that matters is that I am Adolf Hitler. But what were the facts? I had neither military intelligence nor my foreign ministry to guide me. What I did have was the kiosk owner's wireless set. But, as you can hear, the standards of Greater German radio have nosedived since 1940.
Enough! Silence!
Next, the periodicals. Not that I expected them to be trustworthy, but this is what they claimed. 1. The Turk has not come to our assistance after all. 2. It is the 70th anniversary of Operation Barbarossa. It was no victory. Indeed, the whole war ended in defeat. 3. I am reported to be dead. A suicide. In truth, I do recall discussing this contingency with my confidants in 1945, and my memory is definitely lacking a few hours. Even so, look at me. Am I dead? Oh, so much for journalism. 4. The German Reich has given way to what is called a federal republic, led by the Chancellor, a dumpy woman who has all the charisma of a weeping willow. 5. The Reich has shrunk, despite the fact that Poland is still there, living out its artificial existence, partly on Reich territory. At this point, I screamed into the darkness of the kiosk. I might as well handed them the war on a plate.
Rise and shine! Morning, mein Führer. So, how did you sleep?
The crack of dawn. Who is this oaf? I shall have him court-martialed and shot. And then I remember.
Time to rock and roll. Come on, give us an hand with these racks. That's it, yeah. No, that one goes over here.
The irony. Yesterday I was repositioning the 12th Army. Today, Hello Magazine.
Hey, don't look so depressed. Grab hold of those deck chairs. We'll sit in the sun.
And my presence outside the kiosk prompted much gaiety, especially amongst younger workers.
Hey, you see that guy? This is Berlin, anything goes.
But there was one man who continued to stare at me.
Isn't he great? There's practically no difference, is there? A spitting image. But is he allowed to? I mean, the uniform and all that.
What objection could possibly be raised against the code of a German soldier?
Don't get me wrong, you're really authentic, but don't you need a special license to be wearing that in public?
Well, I agree it is a bit soiled, but even so, this uniform is nobler than the pristine dinner jacket of a perfidious diplomat.
And he's not wearing the swastika.
Why the devil should I? Everyone knows what party I'm in.
Okay, some of us have jobs to get to. Have a nice day.
He has got a point, you know. Can you wear something different?
Am I to deny my life, my work, my Volk? I will go on wearing this uniform until the last drop of blood has been...
It stinks, okay?
What did you say?
Well, think about it. Someone comes by wanting to meet you, and here